Make sure your husband enjoys the time he spends with you. A lot of wives reach out and say, hey, I want to spend quality time with my husband, but he doesn't want to. Well, yeah, he doesn't want to because every time he's around you, you complain, you're negative, and you bring down the energy. Why would he want to give you any more time? Stop doing that. The little time that he's spending with you, make sure he's enjoying that time. Make sure you're not complaining, you're not negative, you don't bring down his energy, and he will spend more time with you on the regular.
I just got back from a second date and I just am continuously baffled at the fact that men can't ask questions. No, I don't give a about the fact that your friend Brad exceeded all your expectations about the fact that he's a great father and helps his wife with the stroller up the stairs. Ask me my favorite color. Ask me the name of my niece and my nephew. Ask how my week was. Ask how my job is. What do I want to do in the next 5 years? Ask me anything and stop monologuing for 2 hours and leaving it all up to me. I'm over this.
If you find yourself dating a man that's always saying, yo, I need respect, you need to respect me, you're disrespectful, I deserve to be respected, they're demanding it. Instead of demanding respect so much from the person that you're dating, why don't you look at yourself and ask, why is it that I have to ask for respect? Respect is earned, it's not given. So you have to say to yourself as a man, how have I carried myself to the point of feeling disrespected? What am I demanding respect for? Does that even make sense? And is there a way for me to gain the respect that I want so badly, because that's probably what you value the most? Is there a way to gain it without asking it?
Modern women don't really understand that men can see that you're selfish. You're not going to want to do anything for him. And that's why he says, you know what? I don't know if we match. I don't know if we're good for each other. It's not you. It's me.
You're purchasing the woman. That's how it was since the beginning of time. People don't understand what marriage was about. Marriage was a contract. You were getting a woman that was untouched. The second she loses her virginity, there's no asset there. A woman that listens to you and listens to your guidance, sees you as a king and treats you as one, cleans the house, cooks, raises children, and allows you to be with any woman you want as long as the home is taken care of. That was the agreement. Today, she's been with 10, 20, 30 men. So she hasn't just been touched. She's been completely messed up, and she doesn't let you look at any other woman. In Judaism, I can marry 4 wives. No Jewish woman will allow that today. So how are we going by the religion, and you want to get married in Judaism and the Jewish way and the Christian way and the Muslim way if we can't go in the way that it started? Be a virgin, be a wife.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Say that again. What did you say?
Why would I want to be with a bum?
How come no man in this room has ever said that about a girl they dated? Because you're all gold-digging skanks. We're romantic. We'll take a bum McDonald's burger. You couldn't do that. No woman's ever done that. You guys date up. We date down. That means every ex-boyfriend you've had was better than you. That's why you let him hit it. Because you guys date up. So you up a lot. Could you marry a Burger King employee?
I won't do that.
Could any girl here do it? Has any girl in history ever done it? You're all dirty gold diggers. Admit your skin. And you know what's funny? That's the point. You abandoned him. Why did you abandon him?
I need someone financially at my level or higher.
But what if you're married a leader?
How come the men here don't mind if she's a bum? Because we're the romantic gender. You guys are of the devil.
Masculine and feminine energy are not real. Masculinity and femininity are social constructs that we created that change all the time. And I'm so sick of people using this to reinforce gender norms. You think you're doing something different, but you are just repackaging old gender norms into new labels. And it's still the same harmful messaging. Leadership, dominance, strength, those are not masculine qualities. The same way that empathy, care, nurturing are not feminine qualities. They are human qualities that we should all seek to cultivate within ourselves. You might have some naturally more than others, or you might have suppressed some due to the expectations of society. And the worst is when people use this to enforce heteronormative ideas on queer couples. Like people who will say that same gender couples still need a balance of masculine and feminine energy in their relationship. No, they don't. It could be 2 very feminine women, whatever the that means, because like I said, it's all made up. But let's say two very feminine presenting women, they have the qualities that people consider feminine, and they can have a perfectly balanced relationship. All that matters is that they're fulfilling each other's needs. Maybe they don't even want traditionally masculine qualities in the structure of their relationship. Or maybe they're balanced individuals who each have balance of those qualities within them.
You know, a lot of men are, finally starting to realize that being alone is not really the worst thing that you can come across. Yeah, there's some brothers out there that say, I would like to have a woman, get married. But some of these brothers have already done that. And they say, hey, you do whatever you want to do. You do whatever you need to do. But Godspeed. I'm gonna sit this one out.
I was frustrated with the idea of like going on a date with a guy and not knowing like what his intentions were, and not knowing, okay, is he looking for a girlfriend, or is he just looking for someone for tonight? Is he just looking for a celebrity to put on his Instagram? Like, what is he looking for? What are his intentions? Like, how do I know I can trust him? How do I know that I can let these walls down? How do I know that I can be honest and vulnerable with him? And Aaron answered all those questions by being honest and open and vulnerable with me from the beginning. It was on that phone call. It was the next girl I date, I want to marry her. That's where my heart is, and that's what I'm focused on. And so that meant a lot to me, and that kind of set the precedent of our courtship and of our relationship, that we were going to be very intentional with each other. When he said that, it didn't so much feel like, oh, now I have to marry him, but it just let me know, okay, this is a guy that knows what he wants, and he wants to be someone's husband, and I want to treat him with the utmost respect, so that even if he is not my husband.
I don't think a lot of these modern women understand. You're not strong and independent. You're difficult to deal with. Period. Men aren't afraid of your success. They're intimidated. They're afraid of your mouth. They're afraid of you coming in there, messing stuff up, being a problem, talking silly. Nobody has time for that.
If you're so afraid of guys, particularly at the gym, why are you in a co-ed gym? Go to a women's only gym. I say this all the time. Go to a women's only gym. If guys are so awful and so terrible and so this, and the gym is unsafe, and the gym guys are useless in the gym anyway, and why are you there? Just to moan, honestly? Is that why? Really? What other reason would there be? It's like the women who say, I don't want guys staring at me in the gym. They make me feel like I'm an object. And anytime you're half naked, butt crack exposed, breasts out, doing your squats where we all see what's going on.
You don't think that woman is tired, bro? You don't think that woman is tired of having to make all the decisions out?
And baby, tired is an understatement, because everybody expects us to be super mom, super woman, coming to their rescue, super wife, super girlfriend. Baby, we be tired too. Like, we be dog tired. Like, I'm tired of being a strong, independent black woman. I want somebody to come in and be like, it's cool, just sit back, I got you for once. Instead, I'm considered big dog of my family, because I make the decisions, I help out. I'm the one they come to when they having problems, financially, physical problems, everything. They come to me. I want a break, baby. And even if they can't do that, I still want them as a friend, like to say, hey friend, I got you, like I got your back. Like, bro, we are tired. At least I am.
If I was a man, these are some princess treatment things I would do for my girlfriend, because I truly cannot find it in my heart to believe it's that hard. Take care of your girlfriend. A lot of y'all's boyfriends are lazy. That's why they don't take care of you.
No, it's because the goalposts are moving. Yeah, maybe the initial 1 or 2 or 20 or 30 things really isn't that hard, but when the goalpost is just moving, every time he meets something, you expect more, and he doesn't usually get a thank you or appreciation, it wears a man down. And if you truly treated a woman like that, welcome to the friend zone. A lot of men know too well that just doing these nice gestures isn't enough to actually have a good relationship with her. It requires so much more than that.
A lot of these modern women continue to talk about wanting a man to match their energy. But if a man were to be matching your energy, then nothing would be going on. Like, at all. Like, because modern women don't really do anything. At least when it comes to dating, courting, being pursued. They really don't do anything. They expect the man to do everything. So he's actually doing above and beyond, because the bar is literally on the floor.
So one of my guy friends gave me permission to make a Hinge account for him because I was telling him how easy dating is with dating apps. And he was telling me that it's incredibly difficult. And I was like, Pete, you must be doing something wrong. And he gave me permission to create an account for him and just run the account. I've been a virtual boy for 3 days. And I've never felt this bad about myself. I feel like a freaking loser trying to get these girls to like me. And I'm starting to hate women because I'm like, when I say I mean Pete, because that's the account I'm using. Pete's about a 6. But I'm so desperate, I'm liking the 2s and the 3s, and even they won't like me back, Pete, which is a 6. So what level of delusion has entered women's heads? Like, what is going on? It is so difficult dating as a boy. I hate it. I'm on day 3 of being a boy, and I hate women, and I'm more depressed than ever.
In what aspects can a woman not move like a man? If you want to be respected and valued, I don't think that you should move like that. You can move how you want to move, but if you want to be a wife, you have to move how you want to. You want your partner to move, regardless of how he moving. Because he gonna move like a man, but you're a woman. And you have to know your role, and you have to know who you are as a woman. See, I don't agree with that at all. You don't have to. I look at it as I don't need a man. I want a man. That's true. I don't need him to pay my bills. I don't need him to make my house. I don't need him to do none of that.
So
I don't need him to. Nobody needs that. Nobody. But you want that, right? So if you want that, you want him to want. Yes, you do. I want to be 50 years old alone, baby. You don't.
I feel like there's mental deficiency with women these days. They're comparing themselves to men more and more.
Yeah.
So I hear a lot of women like, he do it, I'm gonna do it. He do it, I'm gonna do it. And so
yeah, women want to be men.
Yeah, they don't understand like where we come from and like our role and things like that. They want to dismiss the gender role.
So you have to really look at it from the standpoint, the vantage point of the man on the first date. He's going to drive, he's going to pay, he's going to have to do a reminder, I text you I'm coming, I text you this, I text you that, I'm going to have to pick the restaurant. And really, honestly and truly, these modern women are doing nothing. He's carrying the entire load. And they continue to say, well, I'm doing it because X, Y, and Z. You're going to want a man to continue to do this. Basically, you want a man to continue to carry the load throughout the relationship.
Okay, the guys are going to hate me for this one. I did a video on how to get girls if you're a guy. Here's how to get guys if you're a girl. And again, there's one answer. There's one answer. Be hard to get. I think that this is like the easiest way and the most effective. When you're hard to get, a guy's just gonna want you more. It's just the truth. If you're seeking out him and bugging him, feels like you're clingy, he's just gonna pull away. The trick is to just act like you don't care, act nonchalant, even though you do care. To him, like, act like it doesn't matter. Don't always text him back. Don't always say yes to plans. Sometimes say yes, like make it hard for him. Make it hard. And I know that guys don't like this, but it works.
If you don't text that man back, all he thinks is that you're not very interested, and that's why you're not texting him back. Because he has made the mistake in the past of overthinking a situation just like this, and all that did was bring somebody into his life that didn't see his worth. And he is not doing that again. No siree. He is not signing up for that again. Am I right, guys?
Never move a man into your house. Because as soon as you tell this man to get out, he's going to start tearing up things he did not buy. Homeless men are a complete liability. They don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, and homelessness comes in many forms. And 50-50 men are a form of homeless men. If a woman can work, pay all her bills while raising children by herself, there's no reason a functional man cannot provide for a whole household. We have to understand homeless men are complete liabilities. Say it with me. Homeless men are complete liabilities, and homelessness comes in many forms, and 50-50 is a form of it. Ladies, never move a man into your home that's not paying all your bills, because they will try to disrespect you. Never allow a man you're splitting bills with to disrespect you. Never allow a man that you are splitting bills with to disrespect you, and never move a homeless man into your home. And 50-50 is a form of homelessness.
So when you look at it, the man's going to pay for most of the dates. You want the man to pay for your trips. You want the man to pay for your nails, your gym membership. The rent has got to be split 50-50 because you're independent, that sort of thing. So it's not really going to be a fair split. It's going to be okay. The only thing that I have to split, and really you don't even want that, is the rent. But all the other bills he pays, I just pay a little bit I'll pay the water bill so I can feel like I'm contributing.
So what's it like dating in Lebanon?
Dating is very hard, actually. We think there's no more guys available.
Yeah, because there's a lot of gays. There's a lot of people who want to play.
Yeah, no serious
guys.
So there's no serious guys, there's a lot of gays, and there's a lot of guys that like to play.
Yeah, and we're not wasting our time.
And you're both looking for husbands.
A serious relationship before marriage.
And do you want to date someone from Lebanon, or do you want to date someone from another country?
No, we're open to meeting all kinds of.
What do you do for work?
I'm a doctor.
I'm a lawyer.
And a lawyer, okay. So yeah, guys from around the world, like here we go. We got some 2 eligible bachelorettes. How old are you?
Hi guys, I'm 28.
26.
And your name?
It's Joy.
Pamela.
All right, it was so nice meeting you. Thanks for sharing a little bit about dating life here in Lebanon. Ciao.
Ciao.
If you act like a hoe, people will treat you like a hoe. If you dress like a hoe, people will treat you like a hoe. If you're out here in these streets sleeping with everybody, you will be in a cycle where you are used and rarely do those women get wifed by a high-earning, masculine, high-value man. Men say they want a feminine woman. They want a good woman. A good feminine woman is going to be a mirror for all the ways that man lacks in his life. A man that is not emotionally mature, intellectually, mentally, spiritually, that is going to be very confronting for him. Some of the best lessons are learned when you lose that thing that you love the most. A man is get the job done, get the job done, get the job done. There's no feel. It's all do. No one is saying, okay, well, how did you feel about that job? I don't know why, especially black women want a finished product. We want the man that makes $5 million a year, drives the Rolls Royce Cullinan, that has the multi-million-dollar house, that has. Well, this is the thing. If he's already accumulated all of these things, then why does he need you? Why does he need you?
I think modern women have to start understanding that you're not really the only one out here that has anything to lose. That's what a lot of these modern women do a lot of times, is they try to say things like, well, it's not good to get married because I'm going to have to be a slave and a servant, and they'll go on describing all of the things, all of the terrible things that they have to come in contact with. Mind you, the man that they're with is paying all of their bills, pretty much. The man that they're with is paying for the dates. He's paying for a lot of the things that she wants. And she's still complaining. She's still complaining about what he isn't doing, what he'll never be, what he hasn't been thus far. Just completely ungrateful. At some point in time, you have to, y'all be in the mirror looking at positive affirmations. How come there's no positive affirmation to understand how to treat a man? You love yourself. You're beautiful. You is kind. You is strong. You is purty. You is going to be nice today. You is going to be a good person. You is going to be respectful. How come y'all don't put that on y'all's mirror? How come y'all don't put that on y'all's list of affirmations? You is not going to be a jerk today.
Is the good man shortage real or just overdue accountability?
I don't like that question. I don't think there's a good man shortage. You know what I think? I think that the majority of people that people are seeing are in the low vibrational crowd, and that crowd is loud, but it's the minority. I think the good people you don't really see, and this is men and women, because they be in the house. They be working towards their goals. They be in the gym. They are doing things that make them better. And so they're not in the collective of what is loudest in society. But when you go on Instagram and what you see is people popping bottles every weekend, and what you see is people that only care about the bags and the shoes, it's no wonder why people think there's no good men. No, there's no good men at where you're going because you're focused on the wrong thing. Do you want a good man that has character? Are you going to seminars? Are you going to retreats? Are you going to the gym? Are you going to the grocery store? Are you eating at healthy places? Are you going places where people actually care about themselves? Or are you going where people are going to celebrate and spend $1,000 a weekend And for what? When they struggling to pay their rent every month. That's crazy to me. It doesn't make any sense, personally.
Okay, so he wants you soft and feminine, but he has zero plan, zero leadership, and zero safety. How can a woman follow a man who isn't going anywhere?
You don't.
She can't. Yeah.
You let that man go. That man is probably 20-something for the record, because a lot of them young little buckies, they got life to live.
The YNs,
you know, little buckies, they got life to live.
I don't know where I would be without my husband. I am so grateful that I don't have a man that is afraid to correct me, afraid to hold me accountable, afraid to say, babe, I know they were wrong, but so were you. I remember my husband whispering these little suggestions of wisdom in the beginning of our marriage. And because I was so emotionally immature and lacking emotional intelligence, it was a threat to who I was. Like, you're always on their side. You always choose other people. No, my husband saw who I could be and saw how my pride could have destroyed that. And I wish and I pray for every woman that is a leader. You're a minister, you're a powerful woman of God. I pray that you not only attract, but accept man of God that will come in your life and not be afraid to correct you. Or if you're this type of woman, you're going to attract a more deliberate, wise, compassionate, slow-paced man, because it is the traits that need to be cultivated in you. Let him cultivate you. You don't need a silent, passive man. Because of your traits, the enemy will absolutely sneak in, just like he did in the Garden of Eden. You will be biting off more than you can handle. Let that man correct you.
Some people might be mad when I say this, but there is a big difference between the men up north and the men down south. Men down south, they're taught to open the doors, what they call Southern hospitality, to everyone. It don't matter if you're their sister, niece, auntie, they're just nice. Versus up north, if they're being nice, they mean, oh, they like, but that don't necessarily mean that down south.
On average, I read a study, it says on average, the average man is not psychologically fully mature to like 43, 44 years old. And then women mature 10 years earlier, right?
I believe that.
But in our society, women are expecting men to have it all together at 25 years old. Mm-hmm. Sorry, shorty, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure, I want to know. You know what I'm saying? But I would just say my wife, which is the greatest gift, somebody who gave me the space and the grace to grow. Mm-hmm. She allowed me to figure it out. And she never, this is why I give her all the kudos in the world, man. And 1,000 salutes, bro. My wife treated me like a king the whole time. She never spoke down to me in a condescending manner. She never got to yelling, cussing me out, talking to me like I'm not nothing because of areas where I missed it. You know what I'm saying? She saw the king in me, and she spoke to the king in me when I was acting like a fool, and it made me play up. I didn't want to disappoint that. I'm like, oh, that's how she, look at me, let me sit up. Let me figure this out. Let me be who she believes that I am. And that's why it's so important. Like, women, there's only 2 entities in the Bible that are referred to as a helper, okay? That's the Holy Spirit and a wife. And they're supposed to work in tandem. A woman who is not moving with the Holy Spirit really can't function at the capacity in which she's supposed to.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to look at a man and discern what God placed in him and know whether you have what it takes to help him with that or not. But also, you guys weren't taught either.
Yeah.
But then there's that.
Now that the men are gone, girl, this guy said to me, I like you so much. He actually said, I'm addicted to you. I like you so much. I just wish you were nicer to me. That's like the biggest compliment. It's nothing nice to say, but it was sweet.
Because they're scared to get rejected. Because women can be mean sometimes when they reject them. Yeah, they'll be like, oh my gosh, this guy came up to me, he looks, yeah.
I've seen videos of girls screaming, and the guy's like, and then they post it and it goes viral. Like, I can only imagine how that feels.
That's me.
The second way that women test your neediness is when they say anything along the lines of, I don't have time. So she might be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just so busy lately. Or I'm sorry, work has been so crazy. I'm sorry, I've just had a lot going on. That's why I didn't get back to you. This is an instant fail if you respond to this by being overly available or overly accommodating. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like in a second. But just know that if you start getting texts like this, I don't have time, I'm just so busy, work has been so crazy, this is a test and you need to look out for it.
I am on the hunt for a single Christian man who loves Jesus. If you are in your early to late 30s, you love the Lord, you are plugged into church, you are plugged into community, you are family oriented, maybe you love going to play a round of golf, you enjoy working out, hitting the gym, run club, maybe you're in a high rocks competition, you are looking for a pickleball partner. If any of this sounds like you, DM me the word me and I may just have the perfect girl for you.
I'm really hoping this video makes its way to all the great single men in the Milwaukee area who are looking for a serious relationship and tired of the dating apps. I am a professional matchmaker. My name is Allison. I'm with Midwest Matchmaking, and I have 3 beautiful, wonderful single ladies that I am currently working with of different ages. One is in her early 30s, one is in her early 40s, one is in her mid 50s. You don't have to be a client to meet my client. All you have to do is go to the link in our bio and complete the free profile. And if you look like a good match for one of them, I will reach out to get to know you a little bit better and see if we can introduce the 2 of you. You have nothing to lose, and it's a much quicker, more efficient way of dating than using the app.
Reason why men don't want to date single mother, because he comes second to your kid. If there's an argument in that house, you're going to tell that man straight, that's not your child and you can discipline him. If there's a trip going on and he got a trip to go on the school call and you don't find a babysitter, well, he can't go on his trip. Another reason why a man don't want to date a single mother, he got attached to those kids. You break up, you could tell your kid, don't talk to him. And secondly, a man just want to start his own family. He want to see his own seed. He want to start his own family. He don't want a ready-made family. He don't want to be with a woman that's already started a family. That's the reason why men don't want to date single mothers.
I don't mind if a guy is not looking cute, but his wallet has to be cute. Can you just give your short story? How did you guys meet? Anything. Okay, so I don't think we look good together, and I don't believe in that also. I think I look good and his wallet is cute. That's what I'm worried about also. I don't mind if a guy is not looking cute, but his wallet has to be cute. And short story, actually it's a 15 years long story, but the good part is every time I touch anything and I want anything, he was always there. Okay, baby, you want this? I can give you even better than that. So I think that is the best part about our relationship, and I really enjoy that. Thank you so much.
Always have options, or be completely happy by yourself where nothing or no one bothers you. The minute you get thirsty for a relationship or for a woman, jealous or suspect of her behavior, means you didn't do the above. You didn't have options, or you didn't become happy by yourself, content by yourself. But above all, number 2 is your best option. Be happy and content by yourself where nothing or no one can bother you. It's a way of unplugging and getting off the roller coaster.
I witnessed this girl earlier this week approach a man with the most confidence I have ever seen. She went up to him and she said, "Hey, I need to know your name, and I think that you think you need to know my name too." They hit it off, they exchanged numbers. It worked beautifully, and I was honestly like, that's confidence goals right there. And I'm just gonna like put that little pickup line in my back pocket for later.
I always say a woman's success rate with approaching a man, as long as he's single, 99%. She is going to get his name and number. But a man's experience is very different. He, unfortunately, will be rejected most of the time. And on top of that, unfortunately, rejection nowadays can be somewhat brutal, especially if she ends up labeling him a creep. So think about it. If a woman is the deciding factor on a successful approach, why don't women do it more? And look, even if it doesn't result in them being together and dating, that man is going to remember her forever. And it is going to be a story that man is telling for the rest of his life. Trust me.
All the simps, the losers, the blue pill cucks, they'll sit there and say, nah, bro, just be nice. Be the nice guy. Be patient. Get out of here, man. See how you end up with either A, an ugly girlfriend, or B, in the friend zone for years, and then she doesn't take you out the friend zone until her value has evaporated. It's possible to get out the friend zone, but a lot of y'all, by the time you get out the friend zone, the asset has been depreciated significantly. And then your dumb monkey simp asses want to go ahead and take her after she's lost all her value. I say this because I know what it's like to be there, guys. I don't want you guys being in this situation. We live in a gynocentric world where women's priorities are prioritized over all else. It's put above all else. They tell you to be the better guy, be the man, be the better man, do the right thing. Notice how every single time they tell you, be a better man, do the right thing, etc., what does it do? It puts you at a disadvantage while giving her the advantage. Chivalry is, and they, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Women don't respect nice. They don't.
There's a moment in a man's relationship where he realizes that he's competing for attention with everything else. He's competing when she's talking on the phone. He's competing with her friends. He is competing with anything else outside of him. So this is when a man is going to do what he going to do. He is going to try harder. He initiate conversations. He plans dates. He will adjust himself. He would even ask her what's wrong. But over time, he figures out it ain't him. He realizes that effort is one-sided. Everything with her when it comes to him feels forced, and he knows that his presence is definitely optional. And that's when the fight stops. He no longer wants the attention from her because he knows that he is him and he doesn't need to do all of that. Now, he doesn't stop loving her, but he knows that his love should not feel like a competition with the woman that he's with. Men just don't chase attention with the woman that they're building with, period. And when a man figures out that he is unwanted in his own home, he does not argue, he does not beg, he does not threaten, he just goes quiet. That is the first step of detachment, and it is peace for him. And we all know once a man detaches, the relationship is over.
You know how men, if they can't find women in the US, they get a passport and they travel to other countries and get a wife there, right? As a woman, you can do the same thing. Go to Europe. There are men in Europe that love black women.
If you're thinking of dating a man from Sweden, Swedish man, just run. Run, baby girl, as fast as you can. Guess what? You know, when people complain that, oh, my boyfriend doesn't give me any money to make my nails, do my nails. It doesn't give me any money for, to buy me anything or get me flowers or anything like that. These Swedish men, they are not only not going to give you any money, but they are going to make you, seriously, pay 50-50 of the bill. And on top of that, girl, you know what they're going to do? They are going to cheat on you, and they're going to tell you that, oh, I would like to sleep in a different bed. That's how we do it. It doesn't matter. I mean, they could be good ones, but majority of them, run, baby girl, run. See Swedish, run.
One girl asked me, she said, how do you get a boyfriend in Germany? How do you get a boyfriend in Germany? One, you need a job, girl. These German men are not paying on the first date. You got to split the bill. If you broke, that ain't gonna work.
I found where they're all hiding out. I found where all the good men are. The single good men. They are in the house. They are going to work. They're going to the gym in that rotation. And they're not on dating apps. They're not outside. They're not at clubs. They're not at bars. They're inside the house. And they're working on themselves. They're putting all of their energy into themselves to make themselves the best version of themselves they could possibly be and the best version of a partner they can possibly be for somebody else. Tried and tested. Tried and tested. So you know how you find them? You don't go knocking on their doors. I mean, maybe, but you need to strategize by asking friends, coworkers, family members who are in relationships that you admire. You need to ask men who you admire. And you need to say, do you have any friends, brothers, cousins that are single that you think you could hook me up with? Trust me. Make it your duty to reach out to 3 people over the next week whom you admire and ask, do you have someone that you can hook me up with? I promise you something good might come out of it. And if everyone's like, oh no, I don't know anyone, keep asking. Expand that list. Expand that list, baby girl.
No more absolutely gorgeous women who are unwed, single, than I know women who are mediocre looking, body is okay, but they are married, taken care of, and got a whole husband and a family. Let's keep it real, Lisa. That's the truth. You got more mediocre women who are married than gorgeous, fine women. That's so true. Why? Couple of things. A lot of times when a woman is aesthetically absolutely gorgeous and well put together. That means she had to do less workwear internally. Oh, interesting. A lot of times when women are maybe haven't always been, you know, the most beautiful one in the room, the most attractive one, they've had to do more workwear internally because they have to figure out, well, if my value isn't here, then I gotta have value somewhere. What do I have to offer? And when we're talking about choosing a mate and a mother of your child and a partner and a lifelong forever, am I choosing someone who at some point the exterior is going to deteriorate? Or do I choose someone whose substance is going to outlive everything externally? And I find that in my field. Gorgeous women. The most that they get, not all the time, but a lot of the time, is a baby. And the man who doesn't even want to be with their mother child. Very sad.
Feminine energy, true feminine energy, is cyclical. It is going through emotional, mental, and social ups and downs throughout your cycle that should be synced to the moon, right? Men go through more of like a sun cycle, and I'm not saying this in like an astrology or like spiritual like BS way. I'm literally stating facts. Women go through a cycle that affects our hormones, our neurotransmitters, the way like we perceive the world and interact with the world is different than men for this very reason, right? There are people who exist who are smart. There are people who exist who aren't. There are people who exist who are physically strong and fit. There are people who exist who aren't, right? There are people who are shy. There are people who are outgoing. This doesn't have to do with your gender. These are all your own individual unique traits. The differences between the gender, like the true nature of masculinity and femininity, is this contrast in like ups and downs versus stability. And I'm literally stating the facts, right? Like there are all these people online telling you like, oh, this is true feminine energy. This is true masculine energy. Like all of that is BS. All of that is BS. The only like the biological difference that we have is like a day cycle versus a 28-day cycle. And embracing that is how you truly are feminine or how you truly are masculine.
Don't let the internet trick y'all into believing that it's cool to be outside. Because being outside draining for real. It's only so much turning up you gonna be able to do. Talking to different people is draining. You on the phone with one. Now you tired, you just want to go to sleep. Another one calling your phone. You don't got the energy to get to this person because you just got off the phone. So now they in their feelings. That's draining, man. I can't wait till I just get that one and we locked in on each other. Now we just doing ball. If I'm outside, we outside together. It's over with. I'm not saying go for anything because I did leave my marriage. But if you in a relationship already, let this be your sign. If it's not something that's going to hurt you physically or mentally, find a new way to fall in love with your partner. You're not always going to be googly in love with somebody. Find new ways to fall back in love because it ain't shit out here for real.
Because that right there is the grass is always greener mentality. And this is what women in their 20s fall victim to over and over and over. Constantly thinking that you can just trade up and find a better guy than you had before. But the thing is, man, those options dwindle throughout time. Not only do they dwindle, they fall off a cliff after you hit around 30. Say hypothetically she had 1,000 options when she was in her early 20s. Now when she's in her 30s, there's maybe 50 guys. She's not able to select from that same high value pool that she was before. And dude, you can just see it in her eyes on this one. You can see all of the experiences. Just look at that, dude.
Has Sheila or has our ability to judge someone's character honestly? Hear me out on this. We put so much emphasis on whether or not the guy opened the door, whether he walks you back to the door, but how does that show if he has good character? Any narcissist can open up the door for you. A serial can definitely walk you to the front door. They're good at these things. Instead, what you can do is you can learn to read somebody's intent more than just the end result of their actions. What do I mean by that? Instead of labeling somebody as socially off, awkward, weird because they said something or they did something, look at their intentions behind the action. Maybe they didn't walk you back to the front door because they noticed that your entire family was by the window and they felt that would be awkward for you, so they held back and they let you walk alone. maybe they said that weird comment because they were trying to lighten the mood and make you laugh, and it didn't land well, sure, and maybe they need to work on their humor, but it doesn't mean that they're a weird person per se. Looking at somebody's intentions, the reason why they might be doing something, will really, really give you insight into their character and help you understand if they are worth another date. Let me know if this helps for your next date.
You're losing your man by trying to treat him like he's your girlfriend, and you don't even realize it. Your man is not going to process things and react to your stories the same way your girlfriends do. That's just not the way men are wired. When you say, talk to me, what you actually mean is, respond to me the way I would, or the way my girlfriends would. And when he doesn't do that, you call him emotionally unavailable in the group chat. But that's not true. He just does not communicate the same way you do. But instead of understanding that and learning how to meet him where he is, you become passive aggressive and you start testing him emotionally. And then you get irritated when he pulls back. Look at it from his side. Just watch this. He comes to you with something simple, and now it's a whole back and forth. He has to explain his explanation. He has to explain his tone. And the constant having to explain becomes very tiring for men. So if that's the way he feels when he's talking to you, he's not going to chase a conversation with you. Men do not want to decode moods. They want things to be clear. Men love simple. He does not want to guess what's wrong and get it wrong. He just wants you to say it straight so he can deal with it and move on from it. Because the more he has to figure you out, the less he's going to deal with you.
Men have higher standards than women, right? A man will mess with a woman, he will mess with a woman, he'll date a woman, but he won't marry her. Right? Because a lot of women ask, well, why you mess with her? Why you got her around if you're not gonna because she's not wifey type. He's not gonna stray. He know who his wife is, and he will date around until he meet his wife. Right? He's not gonna wife her. A woman will have standards and will accept a man's bare minimum just to say she got a ring. Just to say she got a ring. Just to say she married. Just call somebody her husband. She'll accept anything just to say she got a husband. See, they laugh at me because I say I was married for 14 days. They say, why you was married 14 days? Because that man was not my husband. He was a husband. He just wasn't mine. Did I keep the ring? Yes, I did. Beautiful ring. But he was not my husband. We are friends to this day, but he just not my husband. He just not him. And I knew that, so why would I stay in something that I know does not serve me? Right? I'm not going to worry. I know who my husband is. And when I meet that man, I will then marry that man. But until I do, I'm just going to have fun just like a man do. I got high standards and I don't worry off my standards. I will date a man. I will have with a man. I will entertain a man. I refuse to get married to a man that is not my husband. Okay? Y'all women will just sit here and just accept the bare minimum because y'all want a ring. Go buy you a ring, honey. $8,000 will get you the ring that you want. But that's just how I feel.
Women need to stop telling men to approach as if it's so easy. When you tell men to approach, you are asking them to get rejected a consistent amount. Saying, why aren't men approaching? Where are the real men? As if putting yourself through that is easy is really annoying, and most guys just tune that out. And I get it. From a woman's perspective, a guy coming up does seem easy and effortless because he made it that way and you like him. And if you don't like him, it's just inconvenience. I was at the mall one day and I met this girl and I went up to her and I complimented her eyes. She was going to get something to eat. I offered to join her. We went to a restaurant. She ended up being a flight attendant and she had a hotel nearby, and we ended up going back to her hotel, and you can imagine what happened. From her perspective, she just sees a guy that's confident, that comes up to her, leads the conversation, leads her to the restaurant, and ultimately leads her back to her place, where then we have a good night. From her perspective, it looks easy and effortless. But what she didn't see was before I talked to her, I talked to 3 other girls, all of whom rejected me, some of them pretty brutally. What she didn't see was before I went and talked to her, I had seen her previously, and I pussied out because because of those 3 rejections, and I had to muster up the courage to go talk to her. She didn't see the hundreds of rejections before that where women didn't want to talk to me. She didn't see the multiple ghosts I had to go through when I got a number and the girl didn't respond, or the girl flaked on a date. Do you get what I'm saying? I had an idea for a video where I was going to count how many approaches I had to do before I landed a date. Do you want to know what number I got to before I stopped counting? 71. And that's just before I stopped counting. So I have to ask the woman here, how many would you go up to before you stop trying? And then maybe you'll understand what the guys are going through.
Every gentleman should do these 5 things when going on a date, because chivalry isn't outdated. It's simply uncommon. Let's change that. Number 1, be punctual. Arriving on time shows respect for the lady and the effort she made to prepare for you. Number 2, don't sit in the car and toot your horn or text, "I'm here." Go to the door, ring the bell, and gracefully wait for her to open the door. Number 3, be intentional about your appearance. Take pride in how you look. Be neat, clean, and well put together. It tells her you value the occasion. And don't forget your belt if your trousers have loops. Number 4, put your phone away. Nothing says disinterest like scrolling mid-conversations. Be present. And by the way, this goes for her as well. Number 5, open doors, pull out her chair, walk her to the car or her door. You see, those small gestures don't make you old-fashioned. They make you attentive and chivalrous. Number 6, express gratitude. Whether you planned the evening or not, say, "I had a wonderful time. Thank you for your company." That goes a long way. It just might warrant a second date. Good manners leaves a lasting impression. Gentlemanly behavior never goes out of style. It just needs to be practiced. If you would like to teach all of these transformative protocols and more, join us in our 3-day annual in-person certification masterclass in Fort Lauderdale coming March of 2026. Visit our website and click Become Certified.
A lot of these modern women want men to be on a perpetual sort of courting, to where, I can understand, well, I want my man to bring me flowers, even after we stop, quote unquote, dating, even after we're in a relationship. But it's a little bit different, because while, your man should take care of you and do all of the nice things for you, modern women act as if they don't even know the man. Like he's somebody new. It'd be one thing, oh, this is my husband, but he still takes care of me. But modern women are acting like men who they're in a relationship with are perfect strangers. You got every single day, you got to start from the bottom, like I don't even know you, and talk to me, treat me like I don't even know you. That means expensive and extravagant things every single time that you see me. You got to go get the car and bring me in a car and stuff like. And mind you, this woman has never really moved out of, oh, well, I got you a t-shirt. Oh, I got you a baseball cap from the gas station. She's not moved out of that. You see, in the beginning, she might have, oh, well, let me take care of dinner now. But now when she gets familiar with you, oh, well, let me get you a ball cap from the gas station. You want a Snickers bar every so often? I was at work and I thought about you, and I bought you 3-month-old Butterfinger. I bought you an ice cream cone that's been sitting in the freezer 3 months now. That's the type of stuff that they do to men. But they want a man to be fresh. They want a man to buy me expensive bags, give me the soft life on command. You should be doing it regularly. You should be doing it without me having to even ask, but also when I request it, and specifically what I ask for. What kind of deal, I ask you again, what kind of deal is that? What kind of man would want to partake in that deal?